I got my glasses on so I can see what the H I'm even doing down here. The lighting is somewhat...
Don't give me the somewhat shit. It's always a problem with you guys.
Got another camera set up here so you can see what I'm actually working on. We'll see how that goes. I love multi-camera. They're so much fun, right? So what I've got here is I'm getting ready to work on all of these parts, all of these nuts and bolts, and the grime that's on them is just absolutely disgusting. So I'm going to work on scrubbing a little bit of that off, and then I'm going to use some of this stuff. This is Evapco rust. I found out about it not too long ago. It comes from the tractor store, and it's reusable. It's not corrosive, so you should wear gloves with it, but if you get some of it on you, you're not going to die or anything like that. You don't drink it or anything, but it's just pour, soak, rinse, reuse. I've used it on, my wife's brought home surgical tools that rusted for some reason somehow, and I used this stuff on it and it just cut it off completely. I can't wait to show you how good it works. But I'm going to be working on getting some of these parts taken apart, scrubbed off a little bit, and then I'm going to use this stuff with my free Harbor Freight bucket. All the stuff's here. I've got a set of brushes for like $2 at Harbor Freight. Probably going to use this brass one because it's the easiest on stuff. I don't want to take off all of the metal. Got a spring in here to deal with, a little bit more stuff to try to take apart. So I'm going to do that. Also got these awesome striking tools for whacking out some of these dents too, laying out down here. I just like to look at them because who doesn't love brand new tools, right? They're nice to look at. So just I'm not trying to get everything off of it. I'm just trying to get some of the stuff cleaned off. I got this sweet little mat here that I'll probably go ahead and throw a towel over just because it's easier to clean off later. So, plus I can be a little bit more abrasive on things with this brush. See all that rust that just came off of there? Should go pretty easy. Can't decide what to do exactly with this fella. It is the pin that I used to hold the tractor and the cart together. It's been beat to heck. It's got a nice fat head on it so it won't slide through. I thought I had bought one of those little T adjusters that you can use down there a little quicker than this, but like I said, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Might as well clean it up. It's not going to cost any extra money to throw it into the bucket with the rest of this stuff. But this should work pretty good. Lots of stuff is coming off of these guys already. I don't have to be too thorough with it because the solvent is going to do most of the work for me. Can't wait to show you how great this stuff works. And the coolest part about it is you just reuse it. You just dump it right back in there. Every time before I reuse it, I'd give it a little shake, kind of mix it up a little bit because it's got some of the contaminant rust in there with it. I do try to filter it as I'm pouring it back into the container to reuse for the next time, but I expect to be able to have this stuff for a good long time because I don't use it very often. I'm not going to go through it that much. But yeah, coming off quite nicely, just enough to do what I needed to do. There's still a lot of Paul Barkley Blaster on here. peanut butter blasters coming off. Help loosen some of this rust to get it off of here. It looks like. I think you see some of the original color to that one, not brown, huh? Again, don't care too much about getting a whole bunch of this stuff off here. Just want to give it a little help so that solvent can really dig in and do what it's supposed to do. Getting old, so handling these little parts kicks the old arthritis in a little bit. I don't have arthritis I know of, but sure do cramp up a little bit when I am pinching small things.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna try to keep these parts together somewhat so I can remember what they went to if I can. Sometimes you can't, because the bigger part that they go into is not going into this vat of rust eater. But these parts are kind of cool. This one, you can see that washer's got some of the original paint on it. I'll take care of that. But they're original parts, so why spend the money on a bunch of new stuff, right? Again, don't have to be super thorough with this because that stuff's going to do all the work. Now this monster, we'll put those back in there. Again, the rust remover juice should take all that apart quite nicely for us. Let's see. This is a half C. Yep. Fortunate enough to have 2 sets of wrenches. Got my old Craftsman stuff down here and my new Cobalt stuff. Super fine tools on both parts. These are the 6-sided pieces here. Got a nice grip on them. Should last a long time. They're not the new Craftsman that's made by a different company. Separated from Sears. Remember Sears? Roebuck, whoever that is. Poor guy didn't get his name on hardly anything. Didn't even snap it.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Awesome. Oof. That's looking rough. Those threads are about gone there, but hey, again, ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Right, Will Smith?
Give me a soft, subtle mix. And if it ain't broke, then don't try to fix it.
Good thing is, if I'm putting this together wrong, got video evidence of how it's supposed to go.
This is evidence. Evidence.
So that'll work. This spring is rough and probably doesn't have too many more years left in it, but we'll ride it out. See how long it'll last. Rusty. Look at all those clean threads. Got paint on there and everything. Can't wait to show you what that's going to look like when it's done. This washer's special. It's got a little hole in it to hold onto that spring. Take good care of that. Ah. That says, put your tools back where they go. And you'll never have to look for them. Pretty freaking smart advice. Too bad I can't teach these kids this. Same mentality. They have basically the opposite. Steal the tools, leave them in your truck, and somebody else will buy new ones. That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
I'll buy a new one.
Okay, stuff is still rough, but should be awesome here in a second. Oopsie. Enough toothbrushes down here to start my own dental practice, because I don't use a toothbrush that they give me. I use my own toothbrush that I like, but Diet Pepsi, nectar of the gods. Let's see. I think we're ready. I'm gonna put these in here first so they don't splash. I think that's gonna be able to get completely covered with the sauce. Well, these thingies, I'll put those back on. Strap these back down here. Just so I can, you know, remember some of the cadence here. Get down in there. All right. Like I said, give it a little shake. If there's any rust in there, mix it up a little bit, and then just pour slowly, like the bartender. Come on, stop glugging. Peeing out the back a little bit. I'll be able to clean that up. Again, don't worry about how much of this I use because I'm just putting it back in here. Maybe a little more. Get that part there covered up so it's completely submerged. Okay, all of it. Why not? All right. That's that. And we'll be back whenever, you know, I'm probably a day, probably one day, and we'll see. If it needs more, we'll go another day. All right. Today, this morning, all we're going to do is pull stuff out of this bucket.
Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Don't have to wear gloves. Can't tell if this stuff is corrosive or not. Doesn't say on there that it is. But if you got them, why not use them, right? All right, let's see the first thing here. What's right on top? This big part is right on top. Look at this thing.
Look at that. That's nice and shiny.
So when I put this in there, it was red with brown on it. Let it drip off a little bit here. But as you can see, rust is gone from this thing. I mean, it is completely eaten away from this. Now, this stuff has been in this solution for way longer than maybe ideally it's said to put in here. I'm going to take it upstairs when I get it all out of here and rinse it off just a little bit, which might work against what we just did, but I think we'll be okay. But all these parts just honestly look, I'll show you, brand new. Look at that.
Things are not packed real
Right,
close
right,
together.
right.
There's still a lot of room to work with. So with
Yeah.
that consideration,
Right.
you know, I'll go down.
You'll still do it.
Gone off of there. So even the bigger parts that I put in here, just like I say, you can rinse this stuff off. You know, the rust has eaten some of the material off of this permanently, but we stopped the rest of it from continuing on. Had to screw some of these pieces back on, and there is some rust. I'll show you this underneath where the bolt was screwed on there. You might be able to see that where there's some rust where it was, but we can live with that. It's going to be fine. Some of these parts were just almost not recognizable. Here's a good one. You're gonna like this one. Check this out. This is the spring that we put in here. It was completely brown, and it's not back to its normal color, that's for sure, but it's definitely, the rust is gone off of it. What's left is just what's left of that metal spring, I guess. So this is gonna work great. Some of these parts are gonna look pretty much brand new, and other ones are gonna look brand old.
Just look at that.
I'll put that
Just
on.
look at that.
I'm gonna get these out of here, get them cleaned off. Just rinse this material off, or the solution off that's on them now, and have them back to normal. And again, this stuff's not super harmful to you. I wouldn't drink it.
Drink it.
You know, maybe you would. I don't think you would. I know you would. Mom would tell me not to, so not going to do that today. Let's see what else is in here. Now the next trick is, like I said over and over again, you can save this stuff, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to use this stuff over and over again until it doesn't work anymore. And I'll let you know when that is. This is the third use of this container so far since I've had it, but we're going to dump this back into the container back here. Again, this is the stuff that I'm using. Evapo rust, good stuff. I'm going to use a microfiber cloth, and the reason it's called microfiber is because the fibers are micro-sized, so this should filter really good here. Trick is to not have this thing dump over on me, so could probably use another set of hands here, but we'll see how this goes. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the washing machine's going pretty good in the background. We're down here in the dungeon, formerly a Sunday school. Only place I'm allowed underneath my house to work is underneath my house. So in the wintertime, still the weather hasn't broken yet. It's a nice sunny Sunday. Outside, first day of the awesome daylight savings time. Super excited about that.
Not super exciting.
No. I'll show you what's going on here. Down in there, you can see some rust particulations. This is what I filtered out with the fiber micro cloth, and I did a great job keeping some of the contaminants back out of there, but along the bottom of that bucket, you can see hopefully some rust in there that it just ate off of our parts here. So that's a first step of some of the work that we're going to be doing.